Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's dive right into the top stories this hour on Republic Superfast 50. Manish Sisodia, who is facing heat from the CBI over the excise policy scam, addressed the media the morning after day-long CBI raids at his home and issued an impassioned defense of his now rolled-back liquor policy that raises even more questions. Sisodia's endorsement of his own policy flies in the face of the secret Delhi cabinet note accessed by Republic that declares the policy a failure.
एक्साइज पॉलिसी के बारे में ये सारा विवाद खड़ा किया जा रहा है। मैं उसके बारे में कहना चाहता हूं कि वो इस देश की सबसे बेस्ट एक्साइज पॉलिसी है और उस पॉलिसी को हम पूरी ट्रांसपेरेंसी और पूरी ईमानदारी से लागू कर रहे थे और बहुत ईमानदारी से वो पॉलिसी तैयार की गई।
Addressing the media, Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister also went on to flaunt the New York Times cover story touting his work as Education Minister, which many have pointed out has nothing to do with the failed Delhi liquor excise policy for which he's being investigated.
दिल्ली के एजुकेशन मॉडल को फ्रंट पेज पे कवर किया गया है। ये भारत के लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है, बहुत गर्व की बात है कि देश का एजुकेशन मॉडल उस तरफ जा रहा है जहां दुनिया उसकी चर्चा कर रही है।
As the CBI probes Delhi Deputy CM Sisodia, the first accused in the liquor scam, alleged that the agency was getting orders right from the top. He also proceeded to make it political, praising his party chief Arvind Kejriwal to the moon and declaring that the next election will be Modi versus Kejriwal.
ऊपर से ऑर्डर्स हैं, उसकी तामील उनको करनी है। जो भी उनसे सही गलत कराया जा रहा है वो ऊपर के ऑर्डर से कराया जा रहा है, लेकिन मैं व्यक्तिगत रूप से खुद और अपने परिवार की तरफ से उन तमाम सीबीआई ऑफिसर्स का बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं जिन्होंने कल बहुत अच्छे से मेरे परिवार के साथ व्यवहार करते हुए मेरे घर को सर्च किया।
A day after CBI conducted searches at the residence of Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia, the AAP leader predicted that he might be arrested soon, claiming that the liquor issue or the excise policy was just an excuse to target him since he was a minister under the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal.
पहले अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के हेल्थ मिनिस्टर को गिरफ्तार किया, फिर कल मेरे यहाँ रेड डाल दी, अब 2-4 दिन में मुझको भी गिरफ्तार कर लेंगे। तो हेल्थ और एजुकेशन मॉडल जो है अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का, इनका मकसद है कि उसको रोका जाए।
Hitting back at Manish Sisodia and the Aam Aadmi Party over their liquor scam defense, Union Minister Anurag Thakur addressed a briefing where he was unsparing on the AAP, going on to say that it was, and I quote, a Revdi and Bewadi Sarkar, meaning a government of freebies and drunks.
कि 25 अक्टूबर को जब दिल्ली के ही एक्साइज डिपार्टमेंट ने ब्लैकलिस्टेड कंपनियों को और बाकी कंपनियों को नोटिस दिया था, तो इस पर अरविंद केजरीवाल जी और मनीष सिसोदिया जी ने क्या कार्रवाई की? आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार ने क्या कार्रवाई की? ये आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार, ये रेवड़ी की सरकार भी है, बेवड़ी सरकार भी है।
Anurag Thakur went after Manish Sisodia, playing on words to say that the Delhi Deputy CM had even changed his own name and that he was no longer Manish, rather he was Manish, and that Arvind Kejriwal was the kingpin of the liquor scam.
कमाई करो और चुप रहो। मनीष, मनीष, ये है घोटाले करो, उल्टे पांव भागो, जनता को पीठ दिखाओ, मीडिया के सवालों का जवाब न दो और कोई महिला पत्रकार पूछे तो उसको लताड़ करके धमकी देने का काम करो। इससे निंदनीय बात कुछ नहीं हो सकती। महिला सशक्तिकरण तो दूर, महिलाओं को अपमानित कैसे करते हैं ये आम आदमी पार्टी के नेताओं ने दिखाया है।
Congress workers staged a massive protest in Delhi demanding the resignation of Delhi Deputy Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party leader Manish Sisodia. The protest took place outside the Rouse Avenue Court Complex in New Delhi after the Excise Minister of Delhi was named the prime accused in the liquor scam. Protesters of the Congress party went on to burn effigies of AAP Supremo Arvind Kejriwal, sounding chants against the Chief Minister of the Union Territory. As the CBI takes action against Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia in the excise policy scam case, Republic has learned that several close aides of the AAP leader are proving difficult to trace. At least one individual named in the FIR was not found at the corresponding premises, while another has recently come out to say that he is not absconding. While speaking to Republic, BJP leader and spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla launched an attack on Delhi's Deputy CM Sisodia. He said that Sisodia did not answer any real or specific questions. He also alleged that when Sisodia talked about Gujarat, he was trying to divert the attention of the citizens.
ये है कि लिकर स्कैम के ऊपर जो स्पेसिफिक 10, 12, 15 सवाल हम लोग पूछ रहे हैं, उसका जवाब क्यों नहीं दे रहे, और फिर ये कहते हैं ये तो हमारे खिलाफ षड्यंत्र रच रहे जी। मैं आपको पूछना चाहता हूं, यदि ये षड्यंत्र है तो बार बार सत्येंद्र जैन, जो कि इनका कहना है कि वो कट्टर ईमानदार है, आज तक सत्येंद्र जैन को कोर्ट से रिलीफ क्यों नहीं मिली?
The Mumbai Police Traffic Control Room received a 2611-like bomb blast threat message, reportedly sent from a Pakistani number. This threat message was sent on the WhatsApp number of the traffic control, warning that if the police tries to trace it, the location will reflect out of India. It added that there are 6 people who will execute blasts in Mumbai. The police is investigating this matter, and other intelligence agencies have been intimated as well. The leader of the opposition in Maharashtra and NCP leader Ajit Pawar has expressed concern over the recent terror attack threat to Mumbai. He said that the threat to Mumbai city should be taken very seriously, and this is a huge matter of concern. Arkan Verma, an art director from Kollam in Kerala, has stated that he was brutally assaulted by a group of 5 unidentified people on August the 14th for holding the national flag while traveling to his shop. Arkan was admitted to a private hospital for the past 5 days, had injuries on his head, neck and nose. Kollam police have registered an FIR and have begun an investigation after the complaint was filed on the 18th of August. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at the inaugural session of the National Seminar on Introspection said that cases are increasing continuously in courts from different domains and of different diversity. Due to this, the disposal of cases becomes time-consuming. He added that the Armed Forces Tribunal will boost effective clearance of this.
पर मुकदमा खत्म नहीं होता है, लेकिन आर्म्ड फोर्सेस ट्रिब्यूनल में संभवतः उतनी वैसी बहुत स्थिति नहीं होगी, लेकिन फिर भी समय तो कुछ ना कुछ कभी कभी कुछ केसेज में लग ही जाता है। लेकिन हमारे आर्म्ड फोर्सेस ट्रिब्यूनल के चेयरपर्सन ने इस ओर बहुत ही अधिक ध्यान दिया है।
The Ram Mandir Construction Committee's 2-day meeting will start from today. Nripendra Mishra, chairman of the Temple Construction Committee, reached Ayodhya Dham. The meeting will be held in the Janmabhoomi campus with the officials of the working organizations Larsen & Toubro and TCS as well. During Mangla Aarti at Banke Bihari Temple in Mathura, one devotee fainted at the exit gate, due to which movement of devotees was restricted. As there was a huge crowd, many inside the premises suffocated due to humidity. 2 people lost their lives tragically.
लगातार प्रयास भी किया गया कि उनको निकाला जाए वहाँ से, और क्योंकि वो खुद जान नहीं लगा पा रहे थे और प्रेशर भी था भीड़ का, तो उनको निकाला गया। निकालने में समय लगा। उस समय के लिए ये हुआ कि वो 4 नंबर से एग्जिट नहीं हो पा रहा था। हालांकि कुछ लोगों ने ऊपर से जाने का प्रयास भी किया, उनको भी समझाया गया, रोका गया कि भाई इस प्रकार की हरकत ना करें। वो व्यक्ति एक तरह से बीमार हो गया था उस समय, तो उनको निकालने का प्रयास किया जा रहा था।
A horrific case of kidnapping and gang raping a married woman from the Farrukhabad bus stand has come to light. The woman was 2 months pregnant. According to the victim, 4 youths kidnapped her on August the 16th after making her inhale an intoxicant. The police reached the spot, interrogated the victim, and then took her to Morcha Katri village of Hardoi, where she had been kept hostage. The 4 accused were taken away from the Farrukhabad bus stand.
घर जा रही थी तो मैं बस का इंतजार कर रही थी फर्रुखाबाद बस स्टेशन, मतलब
बस स्टैंड पे जी। फिर क्या हुआ?
5-6 बज रहे थे, मुझे पता नहीं, और मैं वेट कर रही थी। और जब मेरी आँख खुली तो मैंने देखा मैं कमरे में बंद हूँ, ताले वाले पड़े थे, वहाँ पे भूसा लगा था।
कितने दिन से ये होगा तुम्हारे?
आज 14 दिन।
14 दिन? चौथा दिन।
Taking a jibe at the Central Bureau of Investigation, former Union Law Minister Kapil Sibal termed the agency as an uncaged parrot now. The former minister's comment came after the CBI conducted a raid at Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia's residence in connection with the alleged scam in the recently withdrawn excise policy of the Aam Aadmi Party government with regards to liquor in Delhi. Terror group Seeks for Justice has issued a fresh threat with plans to target the Prime Minister's visit to Mohali in Punjab on the 24th of August. India has repeatedly sought action against the terror outfit whose leader roams free in Canada. More than 50 people, some belonging to the BJP, were detained in Chikmagalur after they conducted protests against Congress leader Siddaramaiah. Outrage has recently escalated against the Congress over the poster war in the state between Vinayak Damodar Veer Savarkar and Tipu Sultan. The DGCA has suspended the license of a pilot in command of a SpiceJet flight for 6 months after he allegedly ignored the co-pilot's inputs. The incident refers to a SpiceJet Boeing 737 aircraft flying on May the 1st from Mumbai to Durgapur that encountered severe turbulence during descent, resulting in injuries to a few passengers. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai suggested taking the help of universities having expertise in urban planning for the implementation of the environment-friendly Smart Integrated Township project in the state. Reviewing the progress of the integrated township schemes, Bommai said that Singapore University and others are having special expertise in urban planning and they could be approached. An incident of cloudburst was reported by locals in Sarkhet village in Dehradun district of Himachal Pradesh. The SDRF team, or Uttarakhand rather, the SDRF team was immediately rushed to the spot. All the people stuck in the village were rescued while some took shelter in a nearby resort. Flash floods were witnessed near the main shrine due to heavy rains in Vaishno Devi, leading to a temporary suspension of the pilgrimage to the shrine from the base. The yatra was later resumed after pilgrims from the top of the shrine were helped to move to the base. No casualties were reported during the incident, thankfully. Excessive amounts of rain was witnessed in Mandi in Himachal Pradesh, leading to a flood-like situation in the town, with the level of water in the river Suketi increasing to high levels. Rainwater was seen entering houses in the village of Sarkhet near Uttarakhand's capital Dehradun as a result of excessive water entering the river Kuva Khalav near the village. The Tamasa River near the Tapkeswar Mahadev temple in Dehradun was seen flowing at a higher than usual level due to rains in the region. The river flows across various temples in the area. As a result of heavy rains forecast throughout Bhubaneswar in Odisha, the state's Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik appealed to the people to remain safe in their respective places of residence. The Chief Minister released a video message in connection with this. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma distributed a rehabilitation grant through direct benefit transfer to victims of flood. CM Sarma said that those whose houses were damaged completely or partially will be getting a grant from the government. He added that a detailed survey will be carried out and based on the inputs received, ministers and officials will visit the districts to aid the flood victims. A landslide near Dharmashala in Himachal Pradesh led to the McLeodganj Dharmashala Potala road being disconnected. The landslide was witnessed amid heavy rains in the region in Himachal Pradesh. The Jammu police carried out raids in Poonch where multiple locations of alleged Hawala operator Abdul Hamid Mir came under the scanner just a day after the arrest of two Hawala operators. One of them is Mir. Both were part of the Lashkar-e-Toiba and Al-Badar's terror financing module for pushing money for terror activities in J&K. 3 critically injured ITBP personnel have been admitted to the JNPA Trauma Center at AIIMS in New Delhi after being shifted from Srinagar through special air ambulances. 7 ITBP personnel were martyred and killed, while 32 others, including 2 Jammu and Kashmir police personnel, were injured as their bus fell into a gorge near Pahalgam on August the 16th. They were returning to their base after completing the Amarnath Yatra duty. The Jammu and Kashmir police has arrested 2 hybrid terrorists in North Kashmir's Handwara. The police said that joint parties of the police, the army, the 21 Rajasthan Rifles and 92 Battalion of the CRPF had arrested 3 hybrid terrorists in Handwara and had recovered arms and ammunition from them. Based on leads developed during investigation, the role of 2 more individuals emerged in the conspiracy to carry out terror acts there. A BSF head constable was killed in Tripura after indiscriminate firing by suspected insurgents. Insurgents opened fire upon a border patrol team of the border outpost Simma 2 in Tripura's Panisagar sector. It is believed that some shots were also fired from across the Bangladesh border. According to the information received, the troops of the 145 Battalion of the BSF retaliated, following which the suspected National Liberation Front of Tripura insurgents fled from the site, taking advantage of the dense forest as cover. The Indian Navy has deployed its vessels in South America for the first time in 2 decades, with the INS Tarkash participating in an exercise with Brazilian naval vessel União. During the exercise, the 2 ships conducted multifaceted operations like cross-deck landing and replenishment at sea. India and Singapore held the 16th round of Foreign Office consultations in which both countries reiterated their commitment to further strengthen multifaceted relations and deepening of strategic partnership. The 16th Foreign Office consultation was held in Singapore and was co-chaired by Saurabh Kumar, Secretary of the Ministry of External Affairs of India. Taiwan has tracked 21 warplanes and 5 naval ships from China around its shores, with 8 jets crossing the Taiwan Strait median line. The island remains on high alert amid escalating Chinese aggression after US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan recently. US Treasury officials of the Joe Biden administration are all set to visit India from August the 24th to 26th to underscore bilateral economic and security ties. They will travel to Mumbai and Delhi for meetings including at the PMO, the Finance Ministry and the Reserve Bank of India, as well as the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. The Deputy Treasury Secretary of the US will meet his senior Indian government counterparts as well as business heads in Mumbai on August the 24th and 25th. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan invited his supporters to come out and protest against the alleged torture of PTI leader Shahbaz Gill and against restrictions imposed on ARY News. Announcing several rallies, the PTI chief invited everyone to join the protest against the Shahbaz Sharif government. Apple has disclosed serious security vulnerabilities for iPhones, iPads and Macs that could potentially allow hackers to take complete control of these devices. Apple released 2 security reports about the issue, although they did not receive wide attention outside of tech publications. According to the CEO of Social Proof Security, Apple's explanation of the vulnerability means the hacker could get full access to the device, and he has suggested updating the devices. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and a delegation of European mayors from different cities met in Kiev, where the delegation showed their commitment in supporting the restoration of Ukrainian cities and even signed a MOU towards this. Zelensky thanked the brave mayors of Europe for visiting and also thanked them for the support in terms of humanitarian aid and weapons. The Montenegrin government fell in a no-confidence vote that followed a rift over relations with the powerful Serbian Orthodox Church. Lawmakers voted to oust the government of Prime Minister Dritan Abramovich just weeks after he signed an agreement regulating the position of the Serbian Church in Montenegro. The issue is sensitive for many in the small Balkan nation that split from its bigger neighbor Serbia in 2006. With more of a whimper than a resounding clang, Greece has ended, or rather shed, another restriction dating back to its painful financial bailout years. The end of enhanced surveillance by European Union creditors means that the country will no longer face quarterly scrutiny of its public finances to receive debt relief payments. At least 10 people were killed in an attack by Islamic militants who stormed a hotel in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu. Several other people were injured and security forces rescued many others, including children, from the scene of the attack at the city's Hyatt Hotel. The attack started with explosions outside the hotel before gunmen entered the building. Federal prosecutors in the US said that they have arrested the Attorney General, or rather in Mexico, said that they have arrested the Attorney General in Mexico's previous administration on charges he committed abuses in the investigation of the 2014 disappearances of 43 students from a radical teacher college. In the Thailand Para Badminton Championship, Pramod Bhagat secured his spot in the final of the men's singles after defeating fellow Indian Kumar Nitesh in straight games. The match lasted 37 minutes. The ace shuttler will now face England's Daniel Bethal, whom Pramod had defeated to win India's first badminton gold medal in Paralympics. After crushing Zimbabwe by 10 wickets in the opening match, Team India will look to pocket the ODI series when they face the host in the second match today. The second India versus Zimbabwe ODI match of the series will also be played at the Harare Sports Club. Borna Koric defeated Felix Auger Aliasme in a quarter-final match of the Western and Southern Open. The Croat won in 2 straight sets in 1 hour and 41 minutes and will next face either Carlos Alcaraz or Cameron Norrie. Leading in wins since June in the WTA Tour, Caroline Garcia won her 25th match, this over 7th seed Jessica Pegula in the quarterfinals of the Western and Southern Open. Ranked 35, the French woman had to come through qualifying to earn her main draw berth, but her form has proven impossible to stop in Cincinnati. India's junior wrestler Antim Pangal created history by becoming the under-20 world champion in Sofia in Bulgaria. Pangal became the first ever Indian woman wrestler to win gold in the under-20 World Wrestling Championships. In the final, Antim defeated an opponent from Kazakhstan in the 53 kilo category to win the gold medal.